Chardonnay, you would be first. You would be first if we didn't start this stream at about 5:30 on time today. So Daniel is first today, according to my chart. Let me let that digest for a second. That I have an attendance chart. Let that sink in for a second. Santorian, welcome, Santorian, friend of the program. We need to put you on the attendance chart. But Daniel is the winner today. This could be your spot, Santorian. You know, come regularly. You know, and we'll I'll harass you by making sure that you're on time. That's how I reward my loyal viewers, by pitting them in competition against each other. Doesn't it sound like fun? Pitting them competitively against one another. All right. Man, I hate to say this, but I think it actually is time to... Oh, I'm missing a line here. And I should be able to do this with this just sitting like this. That one over here. Half an inch housing means this line's right here. Same thing on the other side. That's all I did. Oh, no. Daniel Chardonnay. I started the stream on time, actually, and Daniel was here. You know, I'm inconsistent. Chardonnay, don't get mad. I blame Miss Heather for it. It's Miss Heather's fault. She told me. She said it was a good idea. Oh, what's on the agenda, man? We are cutting mortises for the bunk beds, as I've done with these two posts already. See these posts? These are the vertical posts. This is my second bunk bed. After this, I think I'm done with bunk beds for a little bit. But yeah. Aw, that's so sweet, Daniel. But then, if I give Chardonnay your point, and then Ruiz was second, you know, if I go back, I can go back and look at all the streams and see how many times people showed up on time. Did Chardonnay leave because she's... Oh, okay, I see. No one should get mad about this. It's just kind of an inside joke, guys. It's not. I'm rarely on time, so it says nothing about your character that you show up because I'm never apparently because I'm never I'm not consistent. So you guys are more consistent than me. You're keeping me on schedule. I was given the money for the supplies because I'm building the bed for someone else. It cost about $500 for the lumber. Good question, though, Santorian. Oh no, we frozen again, man, dude. What the heck? Is this still on? Hold on 1 second. We might get back online. The thing came unplugged. Yeah, we should be fine, dude. Yeah. All right, so I got these two cuts here. Looks like this one's a little bit short there. Oh, big splinter. Just put my gloves on when I do this. Y'all can't see, but this board is significantly higher than this board. The thing came unplugged. Yeah. All right, good. I'm glad I'm still here. Thank you, Santorian. Appreciate it. All right. All right, the next thing I usually do after I make these marks is I often make stop cuts around, and then I go ahead and drill through. So let me do that. Get a chisel out. I sharpen my chisels. If you watched yesterday or if you watched the live today, I sharpened the mess out of my chisels. Find one of my newly sharpened implements here. Well, I know this one is. This was one of the ones I really got good. Uh-oh, there goes my hatchet. Santorian, appreciate your comment on the soap making video too, man. Saw you on there. Camera grew legs. Yep. You know, I might use a smaller Forstner bit to do this. My big one is kind of, seems like it's dulling a bit. You all right? Kind of why this is done with a larger bit, probably. Not a larger bit, with a plug-in screw gun. The torque can't even handle that, I don't think. Yeah, I'm gonna use the bigger bit. Yeah, the bunk bed is about to grow legs. Thank you for segueing back to our main subject. Man, this thing really... I don't know if this gun can handle this wood. I might have to plug in the other screw gun. Trying to get to live here, man. Yeah, I'm using the smaller Forstner bit because my larger one seems to be, and now apparently it's easier to use than this because this one's getting stuck in. See, like it doesn't have enough, doesn't seem to have enough bite in the chuck. And I can't get this stuck in here either. So I gotta be careful with this. I don't want to get my bit stuck in there. I know exactly what it is. It's that knot on the other side of this thing. Archaic Revolution. Welcome back to Dad's workshop. Missed you. Staying away from those lines pretty good here. This bit seems to be about the right size to handle it, but this is going to be tricky. There we go. We're getting somewhere. The older ducks. Can't I know exactly what you're talking about. Let me go through these. Let me turn this thing down so you can see what I'm doing. Ooh, hot. Oh, that's good. Were we talking about ducks last time? Did he get a point? How did Archaic get a point? I don't know what chart you're looking at, Chardonnay. We're gonna build awesome stuff on here. I mean, after this bunk bed is built and installed, I'm gonna feel like building some like cool sheds and like stuff that can be reassembled somewhere else on another site for and be kind of cozy, you know. Just real cool stuff to do timber frame wise. I definitely would like to get into a timber framing course. There's several online, some of them by people I respect, like Mr. Chickadee. He teaches a course on it. You can actually go to Kentucky and take his course in person. That's really ideal. I think I probably need a little bit more enrichment on what I know and some expertise and professional guidance to take it to the next level, you know. Couldn't hurt. I mean, I can keep learning as an autodidact and teaching myself, but, you know. Oh, yeah, this chisel is sharp, man. This one went on the 8,000 grit today. I did it on my... This is probably the sharpest chisel I have right now. I mean, it's taking the wood right out of there. No problem. Shoulder seems about exactly right, so that's a good thing. Oh, so like they are competing with each other for my love. So let me explain the point system to you. Mr. Ruiz, Daniel, and Chardonnay are in a constant competition for my affection, and that competition for my affection has led to me making this a attendance board. Totally in my own self-interest, because it just makes sure they show up to my live stream on time. So thank you so much for competing for my love and affection. I love the three of you equally, so far as you know. I think Vitaly used to do that too. I had a couple that definitely shout out wherever she is, but what was that girl's name? Heather. Used to be in here every day. I hope she's okay. Haven't seen her in a while. Shout out though. Name is escaping me at the moment. I probably would remember if she'd show up to my live stream. Heather will remember. Yes, basically it's a competition for my affection. I love everyone the same. You know, you're all winners in my book. You know, all of that stuff. But show up on time, and I might like you. You know, it's just like George Orwell said in Animal Farm. You know, the Napoleon the pig said, all animals are equal. And then once it got more advanced, it was all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others, right? So, Juanita, that's her name, yeah. Juanita, shout out wherever you are in the world. I don't want to do that. I just want to drill through this. All right, this is going to be tricky. Because I got this. See, I'm going to do what I did in the short, and I'm going to start with this knot. Ooh, it smells good. See that knot come out? But it's going to mess the wood up. It's going to be more difficult all the way through. We attack that knot first, right? Wish y'all had smell-o-vision. It smells so incredibly good right now. It's just doing that knot just took out, like, brought out a super strong, like, smell of spruce, like a Christmas tree. Yeah, I like the smaller bits. You don't want to blow out on the other side. That's why I did those stop cuts. Uh-oh, we got stuck. I'll still see. What's up, Steady Eddie? Okay, so now I know a little bit more. Eddie, what month are you born in? I feel like this, there's like a Pisces or something maybe. Oh, that was really stuck in there. Steady Eddie is the same person as Archaic Revolution. Okay. I'm figuring it out. Pisces is a great guess? I did. So Leo was my second guess. I'm going to be honest with you, man. Leo was my second guess, Eddie. Hey, J&J, welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome back, J&J, friend of the program. Eddie also, big time friend of the program. There we go. Oh, I'm Virgo, Eddie. What's that number one zodiac sign? Virgo. Virgo. Oh, what's that number one zodiac sign? That's what we used to have back in the day. Shout out J&J. I know you remember that stuff. Yeah, Brittany, and I'm not shocked by that because, yeah, I could see that totally. Now, Renee is like an October birthday. I don't remember her birthday, but Renee is absolutely, she acts like a Libra. Capricorn. Okay. Yeah, Christy, Capricorn. What about Renee? Is Renee a Libra? She acts like my middle child. Aquarius. Okay. I got a little bit of a run there. You got to be careful with that. This is why I should have made a stop cut before this, actually. Before I even drilled, I should have stop cut all around this entire spot. This chisel is very sharp. Yeah, so yeah, she's a floater. Renee is for sure. Christy is a Pisces. Yeah, I could see that because not Pisces. You said Capricorn, right? Oh, I'm glad that Renee is happy to hear about the channel. I got an email from Renee about, I don't know, a couple years ago. She had gone to her new school. She had to bother me. That was her whole thing. That was actually her thing, like to actually irritate me. Which I love her, you know. She definitely went out of her way. We got into it, but I love her. You know how it is. I got into it with you too. This is how it works, man. It's tough love. You know how it be. I'm glad Renee's doing well. I expect all y'all to do well. It's my expectation. This is one I wanted to sharpen a bit more. I got a chunk of wood in my foot right now, my shoe, my croc. That is really bothering me. This one I like, but I also did, I think I did this one good too. I'm gonna get my bigger mallet out. It is cleanly coming out though. I only have one pair of Crocs, and it's one that Miss Heather got me. So I was not a Crocs believer until she got me these, and I realized how easy it is to like live life with Crocs, you know, versus other shoes. Like the Croc life, man. Croc life. I need a bumper sticker. I'm about to get the big guns out here in a second. Looks like a clean joint right now. I'm thinking that it's gonna be related to the sharpness of my chisels that it's so clean right now. Because there's a knot in here, so it wouldn't usually come out this clean. The 8,000 grit sharpening stone made a difference. What's up, man? Which video are you talking about? The little short I made? That's freaking awesome, dude. It was slow at first. It was showing as my 10th, like my 10th video, like my out of my last 10 shorts, it was showing as my worst one. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just took my time. I wanted that coffee maker in the beginning. That was like my go. I was like, I want the coffee. I want that little sound that the coffee maker makes. I just feel like that could be in a video. So I was like, how do I frame this video? Starting with me drinking coffee in the morning. And then just put some stuff in there. The beam saw, maybe. Could be the beam saw, dude, if you are talking about that video. Oh, really? Wow, that's good, man. It's that synergy, Mike, you know? And you get better at this thing, you know? I think, like, you get a feel for it and just got to be a little flamboyant, I think, and just not be worried too much about a little artsy fartsiness. Doesn't hurt. That's my approach. Good though, because at first that thing was moving slow. Yeah, I like that cup of joe in the world's dirtiest coffee maker, you know. I can't wait for the comment. That is disgusting. Like looking at the coffee maker. I don't know. The coffee is, you know, the coffee is sanitary. That's all you need to know. I actually wiped it down so you could see the blinking 12 in it. They threw out in the entire bit. But I didn't wipe down the whole machine. All I did was wipe down that one spot. These chunks might start coming out and hitting me in the face here, so I gotta be careful. By the way, what's up, Mike? Mike is making stuff. Yeah. Yeah, man. You know, and this is you know, we want those good views too, the views that result in subscriptions. And I like the way you say it. If you enjoy my channel and want to do me the honor of subscribing, I like that approach. That's a cool thing, a cool way to word it too. Doesn't make you seem weird and, you know, like you're fishing for likes and subscriptions. All right, I'm gonna flip this over. I am on TikTok, man, but I don't make many videos for it anymore because it's pay to play, dude. I was doing really good, and then TikTok will ban you. What makes me upset about TikTok is that they'll ban you for stuff, you know, that YouTube wouldn't even ban you for, or they'll take a video down. It's your best video, and then some of the stuff I see on there, like I don't even want to say it on here and unmonetize my channel by even bringing it up. But some of the stuff I saw that was allowed on there, I complained to the management, sent emails to support so many times. I was like, you all banned this video of mine, but then you got this dude doing this, which is 10 times worse. What's the difference between what I was doing and what they were doing? You know? Yeah, that's what, if you feel like I earned it, that's right. Yeah, that's Mike, that's what it was. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, clarifying for me. Yeah, well, most definitely, man. I did text you back. I'm just trying to get through some of this material here. I can use my chisel, but it's just easier to do it that way. All right, I'm gonna use my big chisel because I got the walls almost ready here. Though I will tell you where my cut line is at. Sorry I hit the mic there either. Also, it's going to take more material out than what I've got already. I want to change the angle so y'all can see. But even doing this from both sides, you can still end up with blowout, man. So you got to be careful and do it. Switch back and forth. I mean, if you're really chiseling one of these out by hand, switching back and forth between the top and the bottom to make sure you don't blow out one side, this is kind of important. I might use my larger mallet here. And since these big pieces in here are, I can go sideways through the grain here and break them into pieces. If I do that, they're going to break up easier. Remember, woodwork is all about using the weakness of the wood to your advantage when you are disassembling something or when you're butchering it, and then using the strength of the wood to your advantage when you are building something from it or assembling, you know, furniture, support members of a structure, you know. So keeping those two concepts in mind, if you see something like I've got some wood in here in this joint right here that's kind of thick, if it's being difficult for me to go across the grain with cross cut, then the best thing I could do is probably approach it from the other angle. Maybe you got to be careful sometimes, because like this chunk right here, there was a knot in this mortise, and that's made the grain wonky, as I've said in a number of my videos. Pretty much though, this material, also this is a candidate for the back end of the chisel. This is not Douglas fir, this is spruce from Poland, I believe. Yeah. I do have some on my other bed. There's some of that's Douglas fir. It's a mixture. A lot of my runners are. Not a bad guess. Oh, we got okay. Well, we got mimosa trees here, man, but there is a chemical extraction to that. Yes, I do know. There's a chemical extraction to what you're talking about that I probably shouldn't talk about here on this channel. But yeah, that's you know, that mimosa tree root bark is actually kind of hard to get, man, because you gotta dig the tree out. We have tons of mimosa here, but this is educational, for educational use only, for educational purposes only. But that doesn't do good woodwork, man. You know, mimosa doesn't make good woodwork. Plug his ears, la 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 la. Yeah, mimosa is not a good wood for structure. In fact, I think it's a really poor wood. It kind of acts like a weed. Probably some similar to like a box elder or any kind of shrub wood. I do know what you're talking about, but I will not comment on it. I'm going to do what I told y'all the other day and take that thin little needle chisel of mine and go into these corners here. I'm going to flip this forward a little bit. I'm going to try to do it to where y'all can see it. But what I want to do is get in these corners so that it's square, because it's going to, my tendons are going to take up this entire spot, so I can't have corners that are rounded. And just by doing that, I know I got quite a bit of material that has to be taken out of each of those corners. Eddie, you should definitely tell Renee to stop by the. You should tell Renee to stop by the live stream, man. And tell her she can yap it up all she wants in here. You know, I know Renee likes to yap unless she's changed, you know, in a significant way. She'll come up in here and light up that chat. It's okay for a joint to take a long time to carve, right? Because if you want the piece of furniture to last a long time, you got to think about, you know, how long am I going to use this? It's going to be used for a long time. So it's okay if it takes you, you know, if you have to redo something or, you know, fix a joint. I might need a clip. Check. Are we there? Is that what she said? So all those people I just said get $1,000. Checks in the mail. All the people I just mentioned. We're almost there. All of these are going to have to be fit because they're all going to be kind of small for the joint. That's how you're supposed to do woodwork. Make the joints too small and then, you know, expand them as necessary. One thing you can't have is these chunks, you know, these big chunks in the way of the mortise. A couple of millimeters of waste in there that needs to come out will get in the way and possibly cause the joint to break, you know, the whole board to split. So I have to allow for enough space for the board to go in without splitting my joint in half. And I am concerned about that. That has happened before with other furniture I've made. So especially when I designed it on the spot, like if I came up with a design and didn't build off plans. Let me take my little file and go in here, file this mess out. Like I said, I think I could use a rasp. I always forget it when I'm putting stuff on my list. I don't have a decent rasp. Mike? Meet him. Oh. That's okay, man. Yeah, I'm not in a rush, and it's not a race, though. Remember that, okay? Yeah. That's right. You're the one Jorgensen guy. Yeah, get you some clamps and make some. You're talking about laminating some wood together, you know, gluing up some wood. That's not bad, guys. Now let's flip this over and put this housing bit in here. Eighth of an inch recess here for housing. Or not an eighth of an inch, a half an inch. That gives it that structural stability. The tie beam sits into this recess. Now the first thing we do here is we want to cut down to that line there that I've already made a stop cut in. Y'all have seen me do this a few times. I watched a video today that said when you're doing this with a circular saw to cut the internal ones first instead of the external ones to make sure that your depth is correct. Luckily, we don't use a circular saw to do this, so we don't have that problem, right? I don't know, Mike. Is Heather guessing your astrological sign? I'm gonna say Mike is an Aries or a Taurus, maybe. I'm gonna guess Aries or Taurus. Gemini's the guess, or is Gemini the correct? True statement. When I was a teacher, the Libras didn't even know who each other were and sat at the same table. I mean, I can't make that up. Oh, welcome, Robert G., friend of the program. Right now, we're cutting in this recess. We just cut through this whole joint right here for 2x6s. This is a 2x6 through mortise, basically laminated 2x6 through mortise. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out this, there's your fist back. I see the fist. I'm going to take it. And what I'm doing now is taking out this waste here real carefully. I want this real tight. I might use the smaller chisel. Remember, when you are applying force to a sharp point, more force is applied if it's a smaller surface area, right? Because it's spread out over a smaller surface area. So if you want, thinking big chisel for big work is not always the right solution. I hope I made a stop cut here. Getting a little bit of bruising in there. I want to be careful about that. There's a knot on that side. That might have something to do with it. Never done it like this, but let's try this. I just don't want to break through that cut line. See this knot that's in here has the grain all wonky and it doesn't want to break away. So I'm going to have to be violent with it. It's going to make me take it piece by piece. What I want to do is break this off though. There we go. That'll work. That went below the line a little bit. This is what happens when you got knots. Luckily, my lines are always made slightly too high, so it won't be too bad, but I can't cut any lower than that. It's gonna be the max right there. It's unfortunate. Did you? Hold on, we talking about sports? Well, it couldn't have been the finals because the Wolves have never been in the finals before. Might have been a playoff game. The Wolves have never made the finals, to my knowledge. And I've been watching them, casually since I was 7 years old. I'm gonna have to take this out here. This all happened because there's a knot on that side, man. What a pain in the butt. It's probably okay because this board is protruding about 1/4 of an inch also. So hopefully that'll be my saving grace on this mortise, which was not cut cleanly here. Well, the mortise was, but the housing isn't. Housing in the shoulder here is not right. Oh yeah. So my understanding, I mean, having been a T-Wolves fan for a number of years, is I watched them in 2003 when they almost went, back when they had Kevin Garnett. It was 03 or 04. And they didn't make it then. And we thought that was maybe their only chance ever. But so far as I know, man, every Minnesota team, you can count them, except for the Minnesota Twins. None of those other teams have ever been to a championship. The Twins won the World Series in '87 and '91. I know, because it was a big deal. The Vikings have never won the Super Bowl. The Wild have never been to the Stanley Cup. And the Timberwolves have never been to the championship. So welcome to Minnesota sports. We know easily. It's really easy to count how many championships we have. 0. You can count it on less than one hand. Basketball. But all the sports, Chardonnay, to answer your question. Minnesota, every sport. We don't have a championship in any sport. None of the sports. You name the sport, we don't have a championship in it. Easy to count the number of championships we got. 0. Simple as that. 0. But Mike, to your point earlier, yeah, that's so exact matchups, Eddie. Exact matchups are they're a statistical ladder, because this takes the Knicks winning their series, which is unlikely. They're the underdog in that series, and then the Timberwolves winning their series, but also because the Knicks, they also have to win an additional game to get to each other. We have a statistical ladder situation, man. You know, you got statistical odds being multiplied exponentially, basically, is what you have, an exponential situation. And that's why you can get the Knicks, probably get the Knicks and Timberwolves in the finals, right? At a very, very high, at a plus money return of a lot, you know, like, because they know that they're not going to have to pay you, pretty much. You guys can't see this side, but I'm almost at the line on this side, so I'm going to wrap it up here soon. Welcome to Dad's Workshop. Make sure you click that like button and subscribe here. We love you. We want to have you around. We'll take attendance even. We do that as well. Make sure you like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, drop a comment, join the Discord, join the family. Next time we have a live, Miss Heather and I will fit these joints together. Well, I'll finish that mortise, and then we will attempt to insert the through mortises in. Yeah, man, I'm going to wrap it up here just very, very shortly. We've been on for about an hour and a half now. That's usually what we do on Tuesdays. We'll be here Monday through Thursday, potentially adding Friday to it soon. Well, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of tanking in the NBA, man. That's why I told you all earlier. I even told Heather I don't watch the NBA. The Wizards tanked. You know, all these teams tanking for draft picks. They schedule losses because the season's too long. There's all kinds of problems with it. I hope I'm not losing my connection here 5 seconds before I'm about to finish. Yeah, so Monday through Thursday right now, 5:30. I mean, I always go until, you know, tonight we did this joint here. You can see, let's wrap it up so you can kind of see what's going on here. This one side's a little low. It's going to have to be fixed and leveled out here, but this board is slightly higher too, so hopefully that doesn't make a difference there. It's the knot that kind of got in my way there. Yeah, but Monday through Thursday at 5:30 is our time now. J&J, appreciate you being here. Chardonnay, Ruiz, Steady Eddie, Edmundo, Robert G, Mike is making stuff, and everybody else who makes this program possible. I love you all. Appreciate you all being here. Do I need to shout those names out again? Go check out Mike's videos also. J&J, Eddie, Ruiz, Mike is making stuff, Daniel Gandara, and Chardonnay Boyce. I think I got everybody in there. J&J and Robert G. Appreciate everybody being here. Love y'all. Give somebody a hug. Do the next right thing. And I will see you all mañana.